80% of households right now, yes, right now, are in a worse position than they were before the pandemic. I need you to let that sink in. 80% of households are in a worse position today than they were before the pandemic. So how did this happen? Well, we're gonna get into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video. It really does help out the channel. Make sure you look in the description and in the pinned comment. I have a newsletter that gives you tremendous value and it's free. How can you beat free? But let's jump into this, guys. 80% of American households are in a worse position now than they were before the pandemic hit. What can you do to keep your head above water? Guys, listen, we have talked about this over and over again. And I said to you guys a while back, a year ago, that if you are looking to buy a house, if you are looking to buy a house in today's market, when things start going bad, you have to have all of your things together. You can't be going on vacations. You can't be buying brand new cars. All of this you cannot be doing, especially if you can't afford it.
That's enough with that. Stop right there.
And based on this number, 80% of people could not afford the things that they were doing. And I was telling you guys, make sure you don't do this, because when these prices start going down, you want to be the person in the front of the line, being able to say, hey, over here, I could get approved for that loan, because we knew what banks were going to do. We knew that banks were going to make it harder for you to get lending. We knew that it was going to be tougher all the way around in the economy when it comes to jobs. We knew all of this stuff was going to happen. And I've been telling you guys, be ready. That's my whole thing. Sit on the sidelines with a purpose. And unfortunately, a lot of people overspend. The latest Federal Reserve study revealed a concerning trend among American households, particularly those outside the wealthiest, 20%, according to a Bloomberg report. Since onset of the pandemic, they have depleted their extra savings and have less liquid assets than they had before the pandemic began. Now, a lot of you guys are like, Orlando, how could that be when everybody was getting free money? The government was just shelling out money. Well, you know, it's lifestyle creep. And if you guys don't know what lifestyle creep is basically when you get extra money, right? You have all this additional income coming in. And now that you have that extra money, you elevate your lifestyle.
It isn't my money. That's no money. That isn't my money.
And you just continue to elevate it and elevate it. The more money you make, the more you elevate your lifestyle. And a lot of individuals elevated their lifestyles. They went on more vacations, got that brand new car. They're eating out more, doing more entertainment, music, concerts, comedy shows, everything you could think of, people were out here doing. They didn't care.
A year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons.
Orlando, how do you know that?
It's in the economy reports. It's so easy to see. We have an issue with people spending and spending and spending. That is the whole point of raising the interest rates. That's the whole reason why the Fed is continuing to raise interest rates, because they want to slow spending. But us Americans, we continue to spend and spend and spend. And now we're in a situation where we spent so much that no one has any savings left.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Now, isn't there irony in this? We're going into the biggest spending season, which is the holiday season, Christmas season. And we're going into that huge spending. And most people have already spent all of the money. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do if they've depleted their savings? We know what they're going to do. More debt.
Hell no, man.
We're going to see individuals throw more money in credit card debt over and over and over.
Damn!
As of June, the bottom 80% of households by income, when adjusted for inflation, had lower bank deposits and other liquid assets compared to their status in March 2020. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm saying when I say, did you really spend $20,000 on McDonald's, Burger King, Popeye's Chicken, Cheesecake Factory? Did you really do that? And I know a lot of you guys say, Orlando, don't be crazy. I didn't do that. But if I look at your bank statements, you know that chart where it tells you where all of your spending is? I bet 75% of that spending is restaurants. You can peek at your bank statement and go, he's not talking about me. Well, we're gonna just push that to the side. And it's only going to get worse from there, guys. It's only going to get worse. Why? Why? Because we saw that the CPI report came out, and what did it say? It says inflation was flat in October from the prior month. Core CPI hits 2-year low. Now, what does that mean? That means basically things are expensive still. It hasn't changed. It's just that simple. Things are still expensive. You know, you're still going to pay $4 for an apple. You know, gas is still going to be through the roof. We know housing is still through the roof. Even though it's coming down, it's still through the roof. So we know that things are still going to be high. And, you know, the government is telling us that, oh, unemployment, everything is just, you know, everything is still peachy. You know, you can get a job very easily. They're coming out with these record high numbers. But then when I turn around and I look, I see, oh, look. Citigroup is doing a 10% layoff of all of their employees. It says Citigroup mulling layoffs. And then when you go down to here, it says, should the impending layoffs see Frazier parting with an additional 10% of staffers, roughly 24,000 workers. 24,000 workers lost their job. Lost their job. And this is the reason why I tell you guys, you cannot think that these companies are loyal. You cannot believe to yourself and think,
They're not going to lay me off. No way. Orlando, do you know I have seniority here? These companies would never do me like that. Do you know how much work? They tell me all the time that I'm one of their best workers. Matter of fact, I got plaques all over my wall showing that I am Employee of the Month. There's no way that these guys would get rid of me.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
and then poof, they get rid of you. That's what I'm trying to say. These companies are not loyal, guys. So if you believe that the companies will choose you over profit, you're wrong. And I say this all the time, and I mean it. When it comes to cutting costs, the number one cost that every company and corporation will do is they're going to fire or lay off individuals. The easiest way to cut costs is to get rid of people. And that's what they're going to do. So they are not loyal to you guys.
Go back to work!
The situation indicates a dwindling financial buffer for the majority of U.S. consumers. Their spending has been the driving force in keeping the economy active, averting a widely anticipated recession. But as these household financial reserves deplete, concerns about the impending economy downturn are resurfacing. Really? Really? Are we still having this conversation about, are we going to have a recession? Are we not? Are we going to have a recession? Are we not? It's pretty simple to me, guys. It's pretty simple to me. Inflation is through the roof. Housing is through the roof. Everything is through the roof. Gas, services, everything is super high. And then we have wage growth that's not growing at all. And then we have people getting laid off. 24,000 workers just gone. You see all of these red flags and you still believe, yeah, we're going to have a soft landing. You really believe that? You know, if you do believe that, hey, no judgment. But can you put in the comment section the reason why you believe that a recession isn't coming and you think that the economy's fine? Because I would love to hear that. I would love to hear why you think all of this stuff is just par for the course. It's seasonal. That's the number one thing I get for people.
Orlando, this is seasonal, man. You know, once winter's over and spring comes back, hey, man, we won't have any of this. Everything will be up higher. You know those homes that are going down now? The market's going to pick back up, and I promise you, 10%. Easy. Prices are going to go up 10%, maybe 20%. Hey, Orlando, you know, I know, inflation, you think it's high now? Wait till we get to spring. It's going to be low. We probably will be at 1.5%, 2%, and then the Fed will start dropping rates. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So your predictions are wrong. Get ready for spring. When spring happens, everything will pick back up.
That don't make no sense.
That's where I'm getting in my DMs. That's what I'm getting in my emails. And in some comments, I'm getting that too. I'm just like, okay, hey, maybe they know something I don't. And then it says, despite these challenges for individual households, the overall household net worth in U.S. surged by approximately $5.5 trillion in April and June period, reaching record highs. It's because most people have their net worth and their money in their homes. And with that huge surge, that 40, 50% ridiculous run that we had when it came to real estate and homes, that's the reason why homes are so high right now. That's where all of that net worth is. But as we're seeing today, We see that individuals who have their homes, have all of their equity in their homes, they are dropping their prices consistently. I just did a video the other day where I showed you an individual dropping $100,000 off the price of the home. And they sold it because they were afraid that they weren't going to get another offer, meaning that was the only offer that they got. Now, when was the last time in the last couple of years that you heard stories like that? It was rare, right? Nobody thought it was coming. Everybody believed, oh, it's going to continue to go up 10, 20, 30, 40%. At least that's what some of the real estate agents were telling you. They were telling you guys, don't worry, you need to purchase right now. And matter of fact, some real estate agents are still telling you this based on interest rate. The interest rates go down 0.25%. They're telling you, hurry, buy right now. Because if you don't buy right now, it's going to go back up to 8. You need to buy right now. If you don't, you're going to lose out in all of your glory in purchasing a house and the run up that's going to happen in the spring. Because it's seasonal. But at the end of the day, guys, the reason why this 80% households are worse off than they were 2-3 years ago, even though we had one of the biggest run-ups in free money, is because people spend.
I make my own money, so I spend it how I like.
And they are in debt. We've had the highest debt run-up that we've had in the last 3 years than in the last 10 years. Combined, guys. It's insane the amount of debt that people have accumulated in the last 3 years, and it's gonna get rough. It's going to get worse before it gets better. This is the reason why you need to read in between the lines and see these red flags. High debt, inflation still high. People's savings account are worse than it was 2 to 3 years ago. I don't know what else you need, guys. A recession is coming. Get ready. So hopefully you guys got value out of this content, guys. I need you to watch this video here, guys, because it will give you information about the housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property, and I promise you the information you will get from that video will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.